So, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I am dead tired, but I can't sleep. It's been like this every single night for probably the last year. I've been averaging about 4 hours of sleep. So, these videos haven't had quite the effect that I expected. I was expecting more questions, more answers, and I don't know, more viewership. Sorry, I forgot that was on. There, that's a little quieter. However, I've been getting job offers. Now, one of them I already told everyone about. Guy offering to have me work on motorcycles on commission. So basically, I'll be making money every time I finish a project, which is fine, provided I make enough. So I gotta talk to the guy about that, and I'll be doing that Tuesday, provided everything works out. But I got an unexpected offer today. I don't know if it's a regular long-term thing, or if it's just like they need my help with something and I make money and that's it. I don't know. Some people I've known for a long time apparently watching my videos. Kind of unexpected. I've gotten other job offers, but there are certain things that I'm looking for now. I spent the last 16 years sacrificing every ounce of myself to make somebody happy, and that includes taking jobs I never would have taken for myself, not even for the money. Even to the point of changing my appearance and working myself to death. I will never change myself for another job. If I'm working somewhere and they say, hey, you have to cut your hair, or hey, you have to shave your face, I'll leave. I'll find another job. It's not worth it. I've done jobs that paid well, but in the end, they just weren't worth it. Sometimes money's not worth it. Not even just to cut your hair or shave your face. If that's for you, go ahead and do it. It's not for me. I want simplicity. If my job gets too complicated, I'll leave. It's not worth it. Apparently that little icon at the top of the screen puts off a lot of red. Let's see if I get it. Sorry. I probably shouldn't be playing on these videos. Maybe I should, I don't know. Maybe I'll make people laugh. All that without a filter. Anyway, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how all this turns out. So I'm working at Family Dollar now. And I don't know if I've really spoken much on how it's been going. I don't really recall. I've had so much going on. But the job is easy. It's like really simple. Most complicated part of it is dealing with people at the register. As long as I'm not being forced to deal with something I've never done before, it's really simple stuff. Just keep going. But I'm averaging less than $300 a month. I made more than that at my first job at 14 years old. I was making $300 a week doing that. I only worked there for a month. I'm not a fast worker. I have to admit that. But I made $300 a week at 14 years old. Here I am, 39, and I'm averaging about $250 a month. A month. It's just not worth it. Well, there's supposed to be assistant store manager interviews coming up. It was supposed to be this week, but I think it's going to be next week sometime. I don't know how that's going to work out, but hopefully I have some backups. Tuesday I go meet the man in Henderson, which is, for those who don't live in this part of Texas, it's only about 20 minutes or so from here. Maybe 30. And for those of you who aren't in a bigger state, or who don't measure distance like we do, we very rarely actually measure distance as distance. Measure it as time. This place is an hour away. That place is 2. And a lot of that is because we've been conditioned by the size of our state. The size of Texas is roughly the size of Europe, as in the whole thing. Roughly. Europe's actually a little bit bigger than Texas, but not by much. The time it would take us to drive from Tyler to Dallas, somebody could drive from France to Germany. It's crazy. Anyway, enough on that. I want my sleep to restabilize, and I don't know how to do that. I go to sleep about 2 o'clock every night and wake up about 6 o'clock every morning. I average about 4 hours of sleep. Sometimes I'll get 6. Very rarely. Sometimes I'll only get 2. I'm not having panic attacks like I used to. A lot of that comes from sort of making peace with what's going on. At risk of sabotaging my side of the divorce, I'm trying not to say too much about what's happened. I feel like I'm being silenced by the long arm of the law. A lot of people are believing the other side of it. Believing that I was the abusive one. And I have to admit, I did things that were abusive. But those were all things that changed. I stopped doing those things because I realized what I was doing and how it was abusive. The only thing I didn't change until it was too late was making demands. They weren't unreasonable demands. I was just too fervent, I guess. No, that's the wrong word. Enthusiastic. It'd get to the point where I was actually angry because I was speaking and I wasn't being heard. Doesn't matter now. But if I get into another relationship, I'll be very careful how I comport myself. But I'll also be very careful what I accept. If you can suffer through the divorce from a spouse that you planned your entire life with, breaking up with a girlfriend's nothing. Maybe time will tell. But as it stands, I have no intention of getting in another relationship. And it may be for the rest of my life. I don't know. So anyway, enough of my whining. I am making progress. I'm getting job offers. If I can manage to make enough money to pay off my bikes, pay child support, which is definitely coming. She doesn't like to lose. And pay my bills. And of course, I got to do maintenance on my bikes. Well, anyway, if I can do those things, I'll be happy. Everything else is just extra. So, The biggest part of being better, people, is looking at yourself and saying, what am I doing wrong? If you can look at yourself, and I don't care how much you've grown or how perfect you appear to be, if you can look at yourself and say, I haven't done anything wrong, you're lying. Because until you're dead, you're not perfect. If you're not perfect, you're doing something wrong. So, introspection is the key to success here. So do your best to just be better.